morning, guys. It's 5 a.m. in this 5 a.m. In the morning right now. It's August 30th, 2022. Today is Tuesday, and I'm recording the video for Monday, August 29th. Okay. So no big story today. The idea is to favor sellers as long as the price is holding below backup sellers area in both NQ and ES. So if price goes above backup areas, right, then we will not go for long. We have to assume buyers are active, but we will not take longs, but instead we will stop trading, at all, and then we will just wait for tomorrow. So that was the idea. So this is sometimes you have to go through this route, when something happens which is not planned event, right? So Friday we had a trend down day, right? Lots of selling. So it does not make sense, contextually, not only because of Friday, but in general, if you just read through the context from last entire week, right? And particularly after Friday, you do not want to go long on Monday, regardless whether it's a trend day up or whatever, right? Contextually it does not make sense. So if something happens other than that, right, we have to come up with the levels, right? Some line in sand kind of. So backup sellers area were line in sand. So if price goes above it, you stop trading. You just don't flip the idea and say, you know what, now I want to go long, just because intraday price is going higher, right? But contextually it's not supported. Yes, for intraday, being a day trader, yes, you can go against it, against the idea, and start taking longs, because let's say you're following some indicators, let's say RSI, right? Or Bollinger Band or Mboxwave, whatever, right? And if that thing is showing you longs, and you always have seen that kind of setup, and you trust that setup, and it's a long setup, then yes, you can go long if you want to. If you're following that process, and you have a process in place, then yes, you can go against the context. Otherwise, contextually, the longs, I would not personally take it, right? So I will only stick with shorts. So that was the idea, and the idea was take one short, get few points out of the market, and then stop trading, because after that much sell-off, you're not expecting a big down move today. That means price is may ping pong, it will go lower, hit one of the support, and then people will buy it, and then it will do back and forth, right? So but one short you will get a good opportunity, and then you take it few points out into support, and then done, stop trading. Otherwise you will give back that money back to the market. That's how it is, on some days, or most of the days actually. So now preferred and backup buyers area can be used for profit taking instead of initiating longs at the first test. See, now if you really want to go long, then wait for a pause around these areas. You see a lot more evidence you want to see, including internal supporting that idea, and then you can go long. So if you really want to go long, then so, and then this is what Russell, right? And this is a dream number 487, 532. Dream numbers are always powerful as usual, right? This area became the low of the day, pretty much, right? So yes, it poked to 449 because that was another line in sand that I gave it to intraday, that at least I want one test of 449 or glow back slow. That is what I said in Discord. And 487 is important, right? So yes, it went below it, but pretty much it closed right here, and it entire day it held this line, right? So this area is important, going into tomorrow, which is Tuesday, right? So this area is important, it's a powerful area. And there was another area that we talked about in Discord yesterday, which was a live observation, the 470 area, right? So I would say 450 to 490, that is the thick support in NQ that sellers need to break below and hold below, otherwise some buyers are active there, and I think ES similar area is, I think, 4000 to 4022, but so okay, so now let's talk about this, right? So see, overall it's a neutral price action yesterday, which makes sense, now whatever happens today, today we'll see, on Tuesday. Today means Tuesday, tomorrow, sorry. Whatever happened today was a neutral day, which makes sense, right? But whatever happens tomorrow, that is also important. 2 days are important, right? So as I said, Monday and Tuesday, right? So tomorrow you want to see what? Break below this and go, or break out about this and get responses somewhere, around these areas, right? And then do back and forth, and then close somewhere around here, right? That is what you want to see. Anything other than that, that party is more active. So let's say ES started going higher like this, right? Then something is off, this down move is questionable at that point, okay? So, but anyway, so let's talk about today, right? So of the open, we had a wide gap down, right? Internals fell liquidation kind of the open, right? But then we already had a sell-off, so we're not supposed to short right up the open, right? So we have to wait for exhaustion selling. Remember what we discussed in Discord? So what we discuss in Discord is in the live pre-market voice at 9 o'clock, that if by chance there is a 10% chance that those are my wordings in Discord, there is a 10% chance that price may go higher and higher. If that is the case, you wait for price to get exhausted into a resistance, slight pause, and then it tries to go down, you short, okay? Or you can do a first test exhaustion into resistance, but you are going against the initial day trading direction, right? Because price may stop you out, go a little bit higher, and then it may come down, right? So you want to see some confirmation, okay? So that is what we discussed, and that was the scenario played out here, in NQ. Yes, also same thing, 41, you can short at 41, first test this area, which was a backup sellers area. See, this is a foundation, right, of that entire notes. It says it has to hold below backup sellers area today, right, if sellers were in control. So it was hitting this backup sellers area straight up, right? So you can short here, first test if you want to, but I rather wait for a confirmation, because it looks like this move was going very strong, right? Here also same thing, it was an open drive up, right? So I waited for the confirmation, then I took some shots, right? Both of this. So, and then here, yes, also same thing, right? Now, also another reason I did not fade it at the first test, right? Because of the way it the move came up, right? So it came up from 470 area. So what we discuss in Discord is 470 and this 22 are important level. If price is staying above before open or after open, you have to assume some micro time frame buyers are active. Those are my wordings in Discord in the morning. So when you go long, if you try to go short close to it, you may stop out, which is this case. If somebody tries to short here, you may get stopped out, right of the open, because it was trading above it. And then what we see is right of the open, price came down, touched this area, which we discussed already, that which the buyers may buy it there, and they bought it here, right? And then price came up. So now we know those buyers are active. That's why you don't want to fade immediately, let's say at Globex high or these levels, right? You have to wait, because this buyer's push is there, So then it just started going higher, straight up, Now it is getting exhausted, right? But still you can short it. So slight rejection, pullback, and then you can short it officially here. See? Yes, also you can do the same thing, right here at the same time. But now the question is, you can't expect more profit like all the way down, right? At least at this time, if you took a short, you have to bail out at 532. This is a most likely scenario that it will touch Globex high here, and then you can bail out for that trade, and then you have to wait for another setup, or you can call it a day off. Yes, same thing. Now since it was bounced from here, there is a V-wave, mid, everything was here, so you can target those areas right here, for this short, and then you can bail out and wait. But anyway, so this was your first trade, right? But here this time it did not even touch there, right? So you can choose to hold it with stop above it, and you can target this area, but it was so close, 539, so you can cut it also, but anyway, finally it came down. So this was another short here, at 958, which is this. Say ES tried to go higher, immediately there is no 5-minute close even above this area, right? And then there are a lot of tails here, so this was a short. So in the smaller time frame here, you can short, you can see it, price went above it, breakout, came back down, and then it was ping-ponging here, right here in this area. If you zoom it, you will see, right? So then you can short. At that time internals were also started tanking, see? So this was a good short, right? Then in Discord I said it's building a balance here. After breaking out this balance, it is building another balance, right? So you want to see a balance breakout, right? So this was another trade here, and here also at the same time, right? So, and the idea here was this short, actually I was in Discord at that time, right? I was talking, and when price came down from here second time, right, I said on the way up 488 is important. If it holds below it, gets a rejection from there, you can short. So at that time it did not even went to 588. It did not even go to 588. It came to 582. Then it came down, took out this last low, right, wherever it bounced from it, actually here, like this. That's why I had a circle there, right? Then it goes down. That was a short right here, just based on the pure reading intraday. Otherwise it's a garbage move, like garbage price action. So you have to wait for it to break down, then trade ideally. But this was a real-time observation, So this was the short. I took it, and then I know most likely, because here, right here in the morning, when price was going higher, I said price will come back to test this 487 or Globex low one time, because that was the whole idea, right? That we discussed in Discord. One time it has to retest this 470 area or 487 rim number, or 449 or Globex low even, So actually I put the statement in Discord as 449 or Globex low, one test, and then the condition is satisfied. After that, whatever happens, it's a new story. So that was the idea for this short now, because price had a balance. What we discuss of the open is, before the open, that you want to see when price is going higher anytime, right? You want to see exhaustion, balance, and breakdown, right? So so that was the idea here, right? So it went third time here, right? Balance, small balance here, right? It's a temporary exhaustion, okay, within this balance, and then small balance, breakdown, pull back, and go down. See that? So now you target 449 or dream number or whatever, right? And then you take a profit. But these were the shorts, okay? And then it touched 449 finally, right? Then either it can go here or hold here, two situations. Same thing for ES also. 22 hit, right? Either it goes to Globex low or hold here. Simple, right? So here there were multiple tests of 449, but price couldn't go down, right? Now you know there is something is off here, right? Why the hell it's balancing here? Then you see this spike up around 1140 or so. So this thing made this day screwed up. Now you can assume that price wants to do ping pong. It doesn't want to go down. Even though if it goes down, it will come back up, because now buyers are defending here, right? At that point, no point even trading it, because then there will be long setups coming and the short setup both. So you do not want to trade both direction, back and forth. It's a garbage move. So there are more chances for getting stopped out than profitable positions, right? So, but it's a whole different ballpark game to trade this price action. to the long and to the short side. So I would suggest after taking this many short, you should stop trading. Why to give back profit? So yes, right, same thing, fail breakout here. See the small balance, exhaustion, small balance, exhaustion into where? Gap fill, right? Small balance, breakdown, you can short, take a profit here. Because now the day is choppy, right? After 11:40 or so, this time onwards, right? So that's how you take it. But stick with shorts. See, there are no longs here. So technically, I could have taken a long right here, or right here, or right here. I can see, literally see, you can see it even. Trend line was holding, right? So once I see that, I can take a longs here, right? Intraday, and I can make money. But that's not how you should trade. Don't never go with only purely intraday. You have to use the context. Bigger idea was stay focused on shorts, right? So you look for shorts because shorts are more easy to take, and they will give you more points very fast rather than taking a long and against the trend, against the context. So that's why you see all these shorts here, right? See, then you take a trend line. I rather trade a trend line short, break off a trend line short, then going touch and go long. See my point? So otherwise I could have gone long here, and then flip it, but it is wrong way to trade, So, but anyway, so those are the few trades, right here, right? And at the end, where did it come? 470 area and closed, right? So basically it held this 480 to 470, right? So this area is very important for tomorrow, and yes, this area is very important, so this area for going into Tuesday, this and this, okay, and that be all for today for our regular video. Now let me talk about Mboxwave very quickly, because I did not get a chance to look at Mboxwave yesterday. I think I saw it in the morning, early morning, but then I did not look into it, because my because our focus was fixed, right, to take only shorts, right? So I didn't need to take a Mboxwave, look at Mboxwave to find a short. I know my locations, right? But we will see whether it matches with the location, but we'll see. But we will ignore the longs, even though regardless of Mboxwave showing longs, we will ignore the longs. Okay, that was the idea. But let me talk to you. Let me show you. Okay. So let's talk about Mboxwave. Okay. So let's do the exercise, right? So exercise is this, right? So this is visible thing, right? Easily, which is this, correct? So I would say this was a support, right? I'm just going with the basic support resistance idea right here. That's it. So this was the range we were dealing with, right? So, and then now I would suggest strongly that you would watch the previous part of this video also, right? My regular video, to get a contextual idea like what we are looking for today, right? So, but we were looking for only shorts today going into the day, that was the whole idea. So no longs, right? So even though let's say price breakout above this, we're not going to look for long. Instead I will look for exhaustion to the upside into one of my levels, and I would short, okay, regardless whether it's a breaks out, regardless there is a Mboxwave buying here or whatever, right? I would not care. I will not care. I will only look for short at exhaustion, okay? However, if I see a lot of selling, I am more than happy to short with the flow or at pullback short. So that is the idea, okay? So what happened right of the open here? Let's see. We had a breakout, right? We had an algo here, right? And then they took out these shorts also, right? So this algo shorts here, right? And we had a breakout about this range, correct? And we had a buying here, we had a buying here, we had a buying here, right? So it was a perfect case based on Mboxwave to go long here, okay? But as I said, right, I would not go long regardless of whatever it is. So I had a deadline, so I had a, so let me show you something. So this was my backup sellers area as per pre-market notes, so if price goes above it, I will not trade at all. No shorts, no longs. I will just stop trading for the day. That was the note says, the pre-market notes. So that was the idea. If it goes above it, that means I would assume buyers will be more active or could be active, and it is against my short today focus on shorts idea, because this was like line in sand. If it goes above it, no more trading, because I know buyers will be active, but then I can't touch them. So no more longs, no more shorts. As long as price is below, I'm more than happy to short only, no longs. Okay, that was the idea. But anyways, you don't know about these levels, so you just take this long based on this, right? Breakout, everything is good, right? So you can take a long here. Only one problem, sometimes you have to use your brain also, right? So if you go long here, you have to put your stop right here, or at least below this area, somewhere around here, right? Or here. So risk reward perspective, you have to understand that how much money you are risking versus what you are looking for on the way up, right? You need to have a target, right? So whatever you did anyway, so let's assume that you will take this long, right? And then let's go forward, and then 570 was our long, price went to 594, right? And at this point, by looking at this candle right here, right, price immediately went below your entry and closed right here, right? But then you saw, okay, fine, it's an imbalance, right? So maybe you can add more here, right? Up to you how you manage it based on Mboxwave, right? And then let's say you added here, and then, or you waited or whatever, right? And then say price went higher again, but again it came back and closed right close to your entry, right? So assuming, let's say you are holding it still, right? Because you did not went long this aggressive after trend down day just to get 10 points, by taking this breakout, right? See, by looking at this candle, everything is like favoring lots of buyers, right? That means you did not take this long just to take a profit here, right? You're looking for more actually, right? But instead, look at this third candle, right? Now what? See, now you have to think through all these things. Should I hold it with my stop in place here and look for moon? You can, right? So let's say you are holding it, right? And then let's see what happens. Oh, okay, fine, plus 12, right? Which is good, right? And then there is no selling here, right? So now if you are holding it, you may choose to add few more longs here, right? Which is right here, correct? Or right here, right? And now you are happy, right? Now there is another set of buying. See that here? See, when it came down, there was no selling, correct? So we took long here also now. Somewhere around here or maybe here, somewhere, right? So now we had two longs, correct? So maybe average price is somewhere around 560 or so, right? And now we are looking for a moon here, right? So while this candle was running, this 86 is not confirmed yet, correct? So everything is good so far, right? And then what happened? 1, 2, right? So at this point, when price came down to your break-even point again, what do you want to see, right? So this time you can see selling is increasing, correct? See, now if you are holding it still, you have a chance to bail out at break-even, all right? And you have to assume something is off, because there were two trials, this and this. Price couldn't go higher, and now you have 86 also. So divergence in demand is gone. This much buying and there is no demand, something is off. For me, now I can short right here, or I can wait for a price to come back to this area, later in the day. If it comes back, to short, rather than, say my point, So I did not take a longs, but I played a short here in this area because I knew it's my area. I took a short here, I took a short here, right? So on purpose I just let go all the longs because that was the whole idea. Let's stick with shorts. See, now even I can play the breakdown of these shorts if it breaks down, because now I can see this. See, that is whole idea. I want to see what I want to see, and if price is doing that, or Mboxwave even showing me, it's a more confirmation, right? So if I'm watching Mboxwave and if I see this, man, I'm all over the shorts because that's the whole idea. After looking at this demand divergence, I'm all over the shorts, So I can use Mboxwave if I want to, but I can line up with the context, and then it's more powerful, more probability in your favor, right? Rather than blindly using it for the longs here, for this case, right? So now what? See that? Now it went down, right here, breakdown of this key levels, right? That was broken out. Buyers should have kept it above it, which they did it here, but here they failed, right? So I can do another short here, right? And take a profit here, this support, right? Because this was important area, right? So take profit here, first test, right? So now so think about it. For longs, price came up few points in your favor, barely, came down, again it went higher, again few points higher, right? Again came down. So for longs, you didn't get much point, but for shorts, see how easy it was. See my point? So, and then what? You take a profit here, right? And then you wait to see whether it's take out this area, then fine, you will do more shorts. If not, then you will wait for another shorts later on. But if price goes higher now here, your day is screwed up. But still you will take this short here one time. But then you cannot target more than this area. So let's see. See here, another short, right? But let's say you don't take this short now. You already took it here, right? So, or you can take it actually, right? Why? Because of this. See? So here, because of this, you can take short. But if you're not watching Mboxwave, then you don't take this short, okay? And now, see, now someone will argue, hey, was this long here? Yes, this was a long setup here too, like this, or here. There was a long setup right here because of this divergence, right? And this buying again came in, and remember I said you do not want to see price going back up here because then the day is screwed up, right? So based on that idea, here you can take long also, right? But then you cannot target more than this because some sellers may be active here, who knows, right? So let's see. So touched, some reaction, right? See that? Remember I said earlier, if price goes here, right, I can take a short, but you cannot target more than this. See that? So here, right, I would be out, right? But if you become greedy, price went down, right, in your favor. So now you become greedy and you're thinking it will go down, right? Because at that time you're only seeing this change of behavior, right? But then look what happened next. See, that's how people will, the algos will play with you here. They will trap you here. So by looking at this, people are thinking, man, now it's gonna go down because of this, and immediately it will trap you. See my point? So, and that what happens when I say day is screwed up. This is exactly what will happen, and then all these things back and forth. But remember, I only took shorts here, shorts here, shorts here, all these shorts, right? See, now I cannot use this area. Now I have to wait for this area, right? And then I have to see. But this time I cannot take a short at the first test. I have to wait for some confirmation, right? So here, now confirmation is brewing here. No buying, right? No buying here either, right? And then there was a double algo. There is a 223 to 136 divergence, right? But again, I cannot take a short here. I have to wait for a confirmation, which is right here, this small algo, and price trying to break down about this area, right? Now I can take a short, Now am I going to target this time? No, I'm going to target lower, at least this area somewhere, which is this area at least. Why? Because this area has been traded multiple times now, no longer used. If price now breaks down here, right, or here, it will go easily here, or maybe here too, somewhere around here. So let's see. After ping pong, right, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See that? That's how it is. See how powerful this line is? I just randomly drew it, right? But you can see it. It bounced, right? So that's how it is, and that be all.